The views and opinions expressed in the Triple C Movement podcast are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Hey, Triple C Movement here to let you know. Talking community, culture, and capital. Black entrepreneurs, black business. Ain't it advance the culture, so don't miss it. Yeah, giving you just what you need. Hosted by TC, KC, and Reem, and Erica. Elevate, level up, true indeed. Where culture, community, and capital meet. Let's go. Hey, yeah, Triple C Movement. Woo.
You are now listening to the Triple C Movement.
Place to be. Peace and love, family.
What up? It's your boy KC. Keep shining bright.
Yo, what up? It's Reem here. Always love y'all.
Peace, y'all. This is Z. You know what it is.
Joining us today, my beautiful and lovely daughter, Dee. Say hello.
Yo. What's up?
And on behalf of the crew, I would like to thank our listeners for joining us and ask that you share, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow us on Instagram at the Triple C Movement. Today's topic is depression. And we're going to dive into depression and how it affects us and our thoughts and opinions on how best to handle it. And leading us off will be E. So E, jump right in.
Thank you. First of all, I know when we talk about depression, there's something that it's a flippant term used sometimes, but it is really a serious and is one of the major mental health conditions that are within the United States. And so just to give a few statistics and really to point to something to say that if ever at any point you feel like you need some help, please text or call 988, which is the suicide prevention area. So, depression, sometimes it's like, what is it? Am I experiencing depression? Depression is really diagnosed and stated to be that it's when you have experienced serious low that lasts for more than a period of time, and it's usually 2 years. And so then there's other major depression issues which can last a little bit longer. All of these things should be treated and can be treated with therapy as well as sometimes pharmaceutical treatments. So just to go through a few of the statistics, right, is that it's estimated that in 2021, 21 million adults had one major depressive episode, and that represents a little bit less than 10% of the U.S. adults. Those who experience depression greater is women at 10.3%, and men are at 6.2%. Those who are 18 through 25, those are our young ones, they experience depression and big diagnosed, let me say it that way, with depression at the highest rate. Again, that's 18 through 25 years of age. They experience 18.6% of depression. And the population racial group that experiences depression the greatest is the Alaskan Natives as well as American Indians, followed closely by whites, Hispanic, Black, and then Asian as at the last. So those are just a few of the statistics. And if you're not, depression can lead to serious health outcomes. In 2023, there were reported 49,000 cases of suicide or unaliving. And so this really is a serious matter. And so, again, if at any point you need any help or run into anything, please feel free to call 988. It is confidential, and we want people to seek care. Okay, the statistics are out of the way. So that's the important part, right, is the facts. Because data and science do matter. I'm just going to go ahead and say that for those who like to believe it doesn't. Right? and I mean real data in real time. But let me reach out to y'all. So hearing a little bit of the statistics, especially the number of cases of people who unalived themselves or committed suicide. And again, that's about 49,316 in 2023. And they said that the number of people who are experiencing depression is going up over the years. What are your thoughts of that? I just want to start off with like just hearing some of these statistics. What are your initial thoughts on this? And I'll start with Reem.
What's my initial thoughts on?
Like hearing that the number of people who committed suicide was about 50,000 in 2023, and that at least 10% experienced a major depressive episode at some point in terms of adults over the course of a year.
I think the statistics run through the fact that now the world is smaller as far as media, social media. I think I think now that we focus on it more now, it just, it's something to be, it's on the top of the drawing board for most people now, because we all know mental illness is a serious thing. So I think the thought for me is that it's not really surprising, because I think we're paying, as a society, we're paying more attention to it. It's very alarming, but I think the numbers probably will exceed more and more every year. If
Do you think
we don't get this under control?
Which numbers, like the numbers of unaliving, or like the numbers of just depression overall, or both?
Both.
That's real.
Yeah. Both. And you still got, you could be myself and all, because still got a lot of people so far being depressed, going through a lot of stuff right now and don't even realize what they're going through. A lot of these, like, you definitely need a good thing that you put out the hotline out there, because most people, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's real.
I didn't even know that. So if I didn't know that, how many other people didn't know?
Well, and the thing is, a lot of people don't like to always talk about it either, though, right? If they're going through something, so
that's the number one thing too. A lot of people gotta start. It's not so much of a macho man thing no more, or macho woman, or whatever you want to put it. We all human here. We gotta understand that people go through things, and things happen just because can't get the time to be judging nobody. Yeah.
That's real. What about you, T?
Yeah, I think Reem hit the nail on the head when he said that the world is getting smaller, and a lot of people are more educated now. So a lot of people are going to seek treatment and getting diagnosed now because of technology. They have access to more avenues to seek treatment. So the numbers are going to go up because a lot more people are actually reaching out and looking for help. And I think that the numbers are also going up because of social media and how it affects the minds of especially the younger generation, how they view things that they see on social media and feel like they need to have that lifestyle, and if they don't, then it affects them negatively. So that's why a lot of these social media companies are putting up like campaigns to like fight against bullying and just trying to enforce strong mental health in their users, because they see what's going on with the users that want to live up to these, I guess, influencers lifestyles, or these content creator lifestyles, and when they don't have that thing, or when they don't have that body, or when they don't have that whatever it is that looks shiny, it affects them in a negative way mentally. So that's my opinion on that.
Well, and just to add some more data to that too, because again, y'all know I'm the nerd. So, again, same National Institute of Mental Health reported in 2021, that the highest number I gave you the age range where it was experiencing, but the highest number or incidence and prevalence of major depressive episodes was in 16 to 17-year-olds with like 26.8%. 14 to 15 had 20.7%, and then 12 to 13 was like 13%. So
that's crazy, because
And the other lesson is that's when you're going through it. You know what I mean? That's when you're trying to pinpoint your friends and who's who, and
lots of
peer
puberty.
pressure and all kind of stuff is going on. And then I remember back when I was a little younger, and when you see somebody acting, not acting crazy, but acting out, you should be like, that person mad, and you should think there's something wrong with them. And now if that was to happen, it's like the people they need to get some sleep, like, you know what I mean? It's like, help them. Before, like, stay away from that madman. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was like, stay away from that madman. That madman. Now I was like, yo, you need help, like, you know what I mean? So there's
that's a
definitely
good thing, I think.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's definitely an improvement in society as far as that. You know what I mean? It's not to realize that, okay, he's human just like anybody else. He's probably just going through something. You know what I mean? You don't know what he's going through. It could be just it's mental illness. You know what I mean? So,
And that's real.
like I said, there's a couple of times, especially in Brooklyn, I just remember time when somebody acting up or just doing madness on the road or whatever, and you just not realizing, you just think he mad, get away from him, and nah, don't touch me or whatever. But now it's hesitant to now. I would be like, yo, let's find a way to help this person. Call the cop. Let's get an ambulance or whatever the case may be, to get this person help.
Yeah.
Because then they a lot of them end up doing serious crimes because they never got the help. And we've been hearing, we hear that over and over again, how this one did this to their mother and that, and realized the man had, and they know he had mental illness. You know what I mean? So.
And that's the thing, is like, if as we know about depression, if you don't get it under control or manage it, or at least seek some type of assistance to manage it, it can have consequences on your health otherwise too, right? There's other comorbid factors which impact you, like cardiovascular health, your stress, blood pressure, the list goes on. So,
and it just not just that, other people.
Exactly.
Your significant other, your parents, your kids. It just don't affect you. It's affecting
the greater community too, right?
The greater community, yeah.
That's real. What about you, Casey?
Well, number one, thank you for spitting out those statistics and those numbers. I mean, I didn't realize the numbers were 50,000 is a lot of people. And I do see the rates increasing. I was just watching today, matter of fact, I just left my parents watching 60 Minutes, where they're showing the event of these AI program softwares that teens are interacting with, and there's lawsuits pending right now for many kids, 13-year-old girl, killing themselves off of a chat, with the AI chatbot. So I see the numbers definitely increasing, and the need for intervention. They're saying they're trying to implement different laws into place to prevent this, the AI chatbots. But of course, the administration is blocking it. So we'll see where that goes. But there's a lot of, the trend is showing upwards for these teens, especially looking for a social connection and things like that, and feeling depressed over a boyfriend or something we may see as trivial, but these are still teens, they're still children. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, something needs to be done and kind of stop that upward trend.
I agree. I mean, we always look at our own upbringings, and it's like, you suck it up, buttercup, and like keep it moving, right? There's no, even if you're experiencing things, like, you got to deal with it. So, but I agree with you. I think this generation is different. But what's interesting about these, the data that I was just talking to you all about, is that it was in 2021, right? And we know there was a major world event which occurred right before it, which I'm
Yep.
sure had potentially a significant impact on things. But yeah, that's interesting. So knowing what the statistics are and knowing that we are, because life happens, right? There's life events which occur. Some of us have genetic predisposition for mental health conditions, potentially depression, but some of us are just life happens. Like there's just a chemical change then that happens in our body. And now, we're diagnosed with depression. And so like, and as we're getting close to the holidays, depression and grief, confounded, tend to be heightened. And so you see a lot of incidences of suicide or thoughts of harm during the holiday season, just because a lot of people struggle with this, right? So what are some of the things that you all think we can possibly do? There's a greater community, but then I'm also talking about the community that looks like us as well, right? What are some of the things that we can do within the community that looks like us?
I definitely say checking on your people, always give a check-in call, see how you're doing. Not just a I'm fine response, like dig a little deeper and checking on your people. They may not reveal everything, but that's one step that could kind of make a difference. Along with therapy as well too. Therapy is always good.
Yeah,
I think that's
I
amazing.
agree.
That's probably.
I agree. Check in and therapy.
So we know therapy works, right? And I'm about to be my own greatest critic about this one. Fix your face, Casey. Therapy, though, like, why is it that you do it every time? Why is it that we don't go to therapy? Like, I can tell you my reason, right? And I got cussed out not only by Casey, but by another friend too, who told me, and I said to that person, I was like, listen, I don't go to therapy because I know what my issues are, right? I don't need to relive them all over again and tell somebody. And it's like finding a good therapist is also like dating, right? You gotta sort through some shit to find the right one. And even then, you still gotta find the right one and hope that they take your insurance. Which is also why I don't date. So this is all the more reason. So why is it though that you think other people probably aren't participating in therapy?
I think it's the lack of resources in our community. Therapy ain't cheap, it's not free. And people with low incomes or people with, no health insurance, they ain't got time for that. It's cheaper to go to the corner store and get a bottle of whatever, or to smoke a little whatever, or to, just bury yourself in work or whatever you got to do, than to pay to talk to somebody about your problems. And so it all boils down to self-treatment or professional help. Some people can afford professional help, and those are the people who should. And those who can't afford professional help, they got to find another way. And that's what they're doing. They found in their own way. They're self-medicating. So that's it. In a nutshell, it's all economics, in my opinion.
Do you think it's economics only though?
I think it's part. Yeah, that's a major part. But
it's a major part. Yeah.
There's I definitely agree. A lot of us, people of color, are in survival mode. We just trying to make it day to day. We ain't got no extras for no therapists, things like that. But at the same time, too, it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and say like, this is wrong with me. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm good. You know what I mean? But to put it out there and have someone tell you things that you should improve on and take a third party, look at the individual, sometimes it's hard. So sometimes people don't want to, face that truth or even address it. They think that, yeah, I'm fine, I'm good. There's nothing wrong with me. You know what I mean? So just taking that step to realizing that, you know, you can be a better version of yourself. You can improve yourself, you know, in any avenue. There's always room for improvement. That's my mantra.
For those listeners who don't know, he's talking directly to
And E has rolled her eyes real hard.
Y'all can't see him, and E rolled her eyes. So.
Hard as shit, like whatever. Everybody asking you shit to the community.
Well, real talk, there's always room for improvement, and you may not see it, you know. You may need another set of eyes to see your flaws and your things that you need to improve on. So, yeah.
And for the record, Erica is perfect. I just want to throw that out there. There's some slight issues I'm working on. You know, I'm not perfect. I can't walk on water unless it's frozen. But that's cool.
You're getting there, though, right?
I'm getting there. Listen, every day we start anew. You can ask everybody. They love me. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. What else?
Reed thinking over there. What you thinking, man? You look like you're in deep thought, man. Say what's on your mind.
I'm listening. It's one of my mind. It's not on my mind actually. Just going through thoughts of depression. Well, how do you know you're depressed?
That's a great question.
There's no textbook answer. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's we all depressed at the end of the day, right? We all got some kind of depression going on. Even money or no money, it don't even matter, right?
Well, and I think that's the thing. So, I mean, that's a very good point, right? And I probably should have started with that. And that, you know, there's depression, but then there's major depression, right? And so major depression is one where it's diagnosed. Depression, both of them are diagnosed, let me not say it that way, but it's when we're like experiencing lows, like you said, we all go through periods, but it's really when someone has a period of at least 2 weeks when they cannot do any of their daily activities, and it has to be 2 weeks consecutive, right? And that means things like, I just don't have the energy to get out of bed, I don't have the energy to eat, I don't have the energy to do proper hygiene. And it's not that I can't focus. I have no value of my, you know, I think the value very little of myself and others. And so, but that's really that it has to be at least 2 weeks consecutively when you're experiencing the things.
You know, like TC said, just imagine you don't have the funds to get therapy or anything. So a lot of us can't even afford to go through 2 weeks. A lot of people they got to go to work and pay these bills. If you don't get up and pay these bills, you know, you ain't gonna have nowhere to sleep and nowhere to be depressing for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So let's keep it real. Some of us we gotta get up and just go through life and come home and do the same. That's what it is. They just can't wait to just go home and go in their house and just, you know, a lot of people out here don't have family. Yeah, don't have family or somebody to go talk to or whatnot.
Yeah,
you know. So that's why getting out and talking to your peoples and your friends and not judging them or what they went through or what they're going through is a major thing. Because, like I said, you know, the other day. I work at a hospital. I do this hospital work part-time. And there's a girl there that, you know, she's there. And I said, you know, we walked by. I said, "Oh, how are you doing?" And she looked at me like she was total, like she couldn't believe I said it. She said, "You know what? I'm so happy you said that to me." And I'm like, I was just telling you how you doing for the day, you know. And then I thought about it, and then every time she see me now, it's just like, "Oh, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?" And it's like. And so now, you know, I conversate with her and whatnot. We was like, "What's going on?" or whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, for Thanksgiving, I was by myself and I didn't have this, my parents." And then I'm like, "Oh, she's going through something." But then, you know, in my head, you know, so the smallest thing could help somebody, you know, the smallest how you doing and whatnot could benefit a lot of people.
It really does. It really, really does. And I think you made a good point, though, too, in that, this says it has to be a period of 2 weeks, but it presumes people have that luxury of having 2 weeks of being able to do that. So maybe there's a need to reevaluate these measures.
Definitions, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
For people who are suffering from depression, but they go through every day suffering from
Because
depression.
that would mean that the number would rise
Drastically.
significantly.
Yeah, drastically.
If it incorporated people who not just laying in bed for 2 weeks, they're actually out doing what they're doing. So then they're basically functioning depressives, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're out there doing what they have to do, but they're still depressed. So are they not being diagnosed with depression because they're out there doing what they have to do? In other words, you know what I'm saying? So the numbers are probably a lot higher than what the statistics show, basically.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing too, to be very clear. These numbers are just people who have been diagnosed, right? Or at least
right.
A specific survey. And so there's a drastic, like you said, T, there's a huge number of people who have yet to be diagnosed or just weren't captured in this information at all. So it's,
you can't be diagnosed. You can't be diagnosed if you ain't seen no doctor, basically.
And every time I go to the doctor, I'm like, I'm fine. How are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
Exactly.
Give me these pills and let me go home. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all the fun.
Not true.
So, a lot of people don't have the luxury to do all that. That's why when you see people get mad and they cussing and they're in the line, they mad as hell. You don't know. Just never know. You know what I mean?
Funny, it's not funny.
No, you just never know. You gotta leave people alone sometimes. Like, leave him alone. Like, so.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's really real. But, I will say again.
D, you got anything to add to the conversation, D?
No, I don't. I'm just listening.
Okay. All right. Chime in anytime you feel like you need to, okay?
Yes, I will.
I got a question for her.
Okay.
In school, we know you go to the universities out here, right? And you're a young girl and you see what's going on. Do you think you see anybody that seem to be in a depressing mode?
Sometimes I think the main issue is just some people, they're away from home, and me, I have the luxury of going back home every weekend, and they're away from home, and I could see how it affects them. And especially if it is hard to make friends here, like being far away from home and not having any friends to talk to, it's pretty easy to become depressed.
That's real. Yeah. Do people reach out though? Do they, I don't know, go talk to a random stranger who's in your dorm or whatever, or is that weird?
In my school, there is a hotline, but I heard that they take a long time to respond.
That's not good.
So that's something we got to check on. We got to see what's going on with that, because that's a major issue. There's only a hotline. There's nobody you can actually go see or talk to. Do you know?
Oh no, I'm not sure. I just know about the hotline.
There we go.
We need more people to volunteer for these hotlines, and volunteer and get trained to volunteer for these things, because hotlines are much more. Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I said hotlines are much more, safe, much more of a safe space than actually going to talk to someone. You'll feel more comfortable calling a number and talking to a professional than going to talk to someone in person, I think, especially for these kids. You know what I mean? They don't want the shame involved in it. So we need these hotlines to be available, up and running 24/7, and someone always there to answer them. That's what we need,
And when they answer, be responsive and follow up with these.
And that's probably the reason why they take a long time to respond. It's volunteer. Maybe they need to put this. Somebody need to have to be a job. You know, you should have professional help at the hotline. Why is it taking? If they're volunteering, that means they're only gonna do it when they're ready. You know what I mean?
That's true too. Yeah, that's true too. And they're probably not gonna put as much effort into it as if they was getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. What you gonna have to say that I'm ready to? If somebody says calling like I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm you know what? I'm just tired of. I'm tired of it. I'm done. Nobody called back. You know what I mean? 2 or 3 days later.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, this is really one of those time is of the essence in this one, you know?
And we talking about the higher learning. So imagine that, the pressure that's going on with that. And they're away from school and home. And they're away from home. And we don't even know what's going on at home for them. You know, some of them probably be relieved to be away from home or whatever. So,
right.
And then you go to school and you know, it's the beginning of the school year, so actually getting to know people and mingling. You know how it is in school. Like everybody got the clique and this and that and the third. And if you're not part of a clique or whatever, you're trying to fit in somewhere. It's probably hard for more. You know, for some of us have the luxury we could just fit in anywhere we want to go, and some people just don't have that kind of skills or communication skills to do that. So that is tough. I think that's probably the toughest. You know, we talked about, you know, the adolescents, the kids, and 17-year-olds and whatever, but I think that age is really tough and rough. When you're now leaving home at an 18-year-old or 19-year-old kid, you know, 17, 18, 19-year-old kid, that's probably the toughest time, actually, you know?
You're definitely thrust into like a new world and a new just everything, right? And now you have a whole bunch of responsibilities that you never had before. And you know, and it's tough, and there's real life consequences now too, whereas you're an adult. You know what I mean? And so adult decisions end up in adult consequences too. So there are some things people just aren't.
So imagine, we talked about Dee. She's my niece or whatnot. She can come home every day or whatever. We got people living in Cali and Florida and Texas or wherever. They can't go home every day or every weekend or whatever the case may be. And that hotline need to get fixed. It's one way. I don't know what it is. It need to get fixed. You know, it shouldn't be taking no long time to call back. That's like remind me of 911.
Public Enemy made a song about it, right?
You gotta call 911. They call 911 sometime. They tell you to hold on. You be hold for 10 minutes.
Hold on.
And the reason why, because they don't got enough people to cover these lines. So that's the number one issue. You know, we spoke about how if you want to get help and you want to have talk to somebody and you don't have insurance and it costs a lot. You know, all that is connected. All that to me is connected. That's a major issue.
Yeah, access to care and availability of care, right?
I think I froze up for a minute, but I was saying for listeners out there, 988, just dial 988, and if your school is not picking up, you can dial 988 and you can get assistance for whatever you're going through. 988 from any phone, and you can get emergency care that you need. All right,
988.
988. I learned that today. I didn't know anything about that. I just learned that today. So thank you, E, for pointing that out.
And realize that also too, you're not alone. I think with depression is like people feel like it's only them. It's you know, they're by themselves. So reach out to a brother, reach out to a friend, and just, you know, someone you could trust and realize that you're not by yourself. Basically, a church or any resources outside of that too.
And let's also destigmatize like therapy. As much as I am tired of getting yelled at by certain people, I have taken heed to their own words. But no, honestly, like I think we need to, for those who are able to access it and afford it, we need to destigmatize it. It's not a horrible thing within the Black community. It is something that can help us with navigating the challenges of life, because the challenges of life aren't going anywhere. But
I think that's a separate. That's a right direction, and that's the right direction in our community. Period. I think that will help us out. A lot of these crimes that we got going on. You know what I mean? For real. Honestly, we definitely been going. We've been doing this for years. You know, we've been dealing with all kinds of pressure from the time we step outside, especially a Black man. You know, yeah, it's tough.
All right. So you got your resources, you got your tips, you got your advice. We are not medical experts, so please seek a medical expert if you need any kind of help mentally or physically or any otherwise. You know, always seek professional help if you're able to. This is just advice that we're giving you, and this is just our opinions, and we're trying to help as best as we can, but we are not professionals, so we just got to put that out there. All right. Anybody else got anything else to add or anything else? I think we touched on everything.
We did.
I got something to say. Just like how you said, even our professionals go out there and help and get help. Don't be afraid to actually talk to somebody about it, to let somebody know what you're going through, so we can understand where to go to. And that person might be able to help you out more too. You know what I mean? If at some point you got to be able somebody to talk to. If you can't get professional help, try to talk to somebody about something so we can go forward. Holding it in and not saying nothing to nobody is probably the worst thing we could do.
Amen. Amen.
Great.
All right. On that note, I'd like to thank all our listeners for checking in again. We appreciate you. We love you. And we hope that this episode will help you in some way or another to navigate these streets that we're living in today. We'd like to thank our special guest, Dee.
Thank you, Dee.
You're welcome. It was nice listening in.
It's nice having you participate.
Definitely. And
no problem.
And on that note, follow us on Instagram at the Triple C Movement. And till next time, peace and love, fam.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.